The universe is vast. It is ancient. For all of human history, we have stared into its depths and wondered, are we alone? We have sent our questions into the void, carried on radio waves etched onto golden records. For millennia, the cosmos has answered with a profound and humbling silence. But that silence may have just been broken, not by a booming declaration, but by a faint, persistent whisper. A tiny, anomalous speck of light moving with unnatural purpose against the grand, indifferent tapestry of the stars. This is the story of that whisper, and the moment humanity began to hold its collective breath. On a quiet Tuesday night, nestled high in the Chilean Andes, Dr. Aris Thorne was doing what he always did. He was sifting through data. The Vera C. Rubin Observatory, in the midst of its legacy survey of space and time, catalogued the sky with unprecedented detail. He was looking for the unusual, the unexpected, but he was not prepared for this. A single point of light, flagged by an algorithm, refused to conform. The object was initially designated C2025P1 Thorne. The C indicated a comet, a standard classification for a new, non-periodic object entering our solar system. But it had no coma, no fuzzy halo of gas and dust that a comet should have as it warmed in the sun's glow. It wasn't an asteroid either. Its trajectory was too clean, too precise. It was moving fast, faster than any known object from our own solar system could at that distance. It came from the direction of Vega, but had left that system long before human civilization began. It was an interstellar traveler, a visitor from the great beyond. Unlike Oumuamua, our first confirmed interstellar guest in 2017, this one was not just passing through. This new object, which astronomers began to call the messenger, was on a trajectory that was anything but random. It was slowing down, not through any known gravitational interaction or solar wind pressure. It was decelerating as if by its own volition, adjusting its course with an impossible precision. It was aiming for a stable, observable orbit near Mars. It was coming to visit, and it was big. Initial estimates suggested nearly a kilometer long. Dr. Thorne and his team spent weeks trying to disprove their own findings. They tested instrumental error, gravitational lensing, exotic solar pressure. Every natural explanation failed to stick. The data was unyielding. The object was changing its velocity in a non-gravitational way, using a force that was constant and controlled. The only conclusion that fit the facts was hard to accept. The force was being applied. The object was under power. Spectroscopy showed signatures of refined alloys, elements rare in nature but common in technology. The surface reflected light like a smooth manufactured hull, not a pockmarked asteroid. Infrared maps revealed localized, stable hotspots, suggesting internal heat sources or waste heat from running systems, and there was a lack of micrometeoroid pockmarks. The messenger was clean, either impossibly lucky, incredibly new, or protected. Some scientists cautiously speculated about shielding, an energy field, deflecting small impacts. When all natural explanations were exhausted, what remained was technology. Once the data was undeniable, a quiet storm of communication began among the world's leading minds. Dr. Jill Tarter was one of the first to be consulted. Her reaction was caution mixed with hope. We assumed any interstellar signal would be ancient by arrival. Now we had a potential messenger at our doorstep. The global astronomical community formed a quiet, terrifying, and exhilarating consensus. The evidence was overwhelming. Some urged caution. Leaked memos suggested everything from a peaceful library of knowledge to a colonial scout ship. Nature is cruel, argued some. We have no reason to believe intelligence in the cosmos would be benevolent. When Cortez met Montezuma, it was not a meeting of equals. We are a Type 0 civilization. If this craft represents a Type 2 or 3 civilization, their power could dwarf ours. We must hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Ethicists and policymakers argued, what are the protocols for contact? Who speaks for Earth? The United Nations Office for Outer Space Affairs became the most important room on the planet. The discussions were fraught with the complexities of our divided world. Do we send a message? In what language? Mathematics, binary, music? Or remain silent, observing the observer until we learn their intentions? A consensus formed. Intensify observation and prepare a message that encapsulates the best of humanity. Science, art, music, and a candid account of our flaws. Prepare but do not send. Store the greeting, ready to be used if needed. For now, we learn and we listen. The secret did not hold. A leak from a European Southern Observatory postdoc hit the web. The headline screamed across news sites. Interstellar object, the messenger is slowing down. Too many observatories had seen the data. Scientists believed it was artificial. The world, for a moment, just stopped. Traffic thinned as people pulled over to read the news. Social media unified around one topic: #the messenger. People gathered in public squares from Tokyo to Rio. Amateur astronomers trained their telescopes. Blurry images spread across feeds. Planetariums sold out. Telescope sales skyrocketed. But along with wonder came fear. Doomsday cults and conspiracy theories sprang up overnight. Governments issued calm statements while defense units mobilized. Markets shuddered, an index of collective anxiety. And yet something remarkable happened. Old conflicts felt smaller. For a brief, shining moment, humanity looked up together, perhaps for the first time as Earthlings. The arrival of the messenger held up a mirror, our hopes, our fears, our capacity for unity and division. In the corridors of science, panic is a luxury. The mission was clear: gather more data. James Webb was tasked with the most detailed spectroscopic and thermal readings yet. Every photon a potential Rosetta Stone. The world's most powerful computers modeled structure and trajectory with increasing precision. Telescopes and radio arrays coordinated a worldwide listening campaign. Fast, the Allen array, and every dish searched for beacons, communications, or unintentional leakage. So far, only a pregnant silence. A consortium fast-tracked a high-speed interceptor, the greeting probe, a nimble scout to rendezvous as the messenger settled near Mars. Debate raged. Should it carry a message or remain purely observational? Some argued for a modern golden record. Others insisted on pure reconnaissance. If a message is carried, it would encapsulate our science, art, music, hopes, and an honest accounting of our flaws, a radical gesture of transparency. The gamble, greatest discovery in human history. As the messenger continued its stately approach, a strange new normal settled over the planet. Initial shock faded into a low-level hum of anticipation. Every day the object got a little closer, a little brighter. News gave daily updates on position and speed. This waiting changed us. Funding for space exploration and fundamental research exploded. A new generation flocked to STEM. International collaboration increased. But the most unnerving fact remained: the silence. The object emitted no discernible signals. The absence of a signal was itself data. Is this the calm before a storm, or the patience of a visitor waiting to introduce itself? We are like inhabitants of an island seeing a massive, silent ship anchor beyond the reef. We can only watch, wait, and wonder about those on board. The dawn of a new era is coming. We do not know what the light will reveal. The question that hangs in the silent darkness is simple. Are we ready to listen? For all our history, we've lived by rhythms. The rising sun, the turning seasons, the slow dance of the moon. Our calendars are built on terrestrial cycles. Now we must add a new date to our collective calendar, a date that marks a fundamental shift. BM, before messenger. AM, after messenger. The messenger is more than a spacecraft. It is a cosmic mirror. In its surface, we see our hopes and our deepest fears. We see our capacity for unity and our penchant for division. Though it hasn't arrived, it has already taught us more about ourselves than any event in human history. It has given us reason to work together, to dream bigger, to be better. Think of the pale blue dot. Everyone you love, everyone you know, everyone you ever heard of. Now that stage is about to have a visitor. Someone, or something, has crossed the unimaginable gulf between the stars to come and see our pale blue dot. We stand on a precipice. All we know is we are no longer just talking to ourselves. The conversation is about to begin. Are we ready to listen?